Hey guys, good morning if it's morning where you are. If not, good afternoon or good evening. I'm Stephanie, aka the Limitless Babe, reminding you today and every day that you are limitless. So, uh, hmm, what do I want to talk about? Well, last night I was watching my new obsession. Well, not obsession. Yeah, my new obsession. Tommy and Pammy. Tommy and Pammy. Listen. Tommy and Pam on Hulu. So, and by the way, I have a point. We're not just going to do a review. So stay with me. So yeah, Tommy and Pam, it's a show about obviously Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson back in the 90s. I know that for me, excuse me, I didn't really know this story that well because when all of this was happening, I was, around like between like 10 to 13 during those years. Oh, excuse me. Oh, got a tickle. So yeah, I was, preteen at that time, pretty innocent. I mean, I knew of them, I knew of the scandal, but I didn't really know details. I didn't really understand any of it. And so I'm watching this now with a new set of eyes. And especially now as a grown woman, seeing what she went through. When we were younger, we just heard all the jokes and it's just so interesting watching it now, seeing how it really affected her. Um Another point that I wanted to make, I forgot. um what was I gonna say? I already forgot, guys. God. Okay, so yeah, another thing that I do know is that I've been doing some quick research on it, and it seems like I was under the impression that they gave their story to Hulu to make this series. And it doesn't seem like that's the case. It seems like they actually did not know about this being made and they did not approve it. Um, and that this was basically compiled from external sources that knew what was going on. But at first when I heard that, I thought, ew, that is such an invasion of their privacy. Like, these people have already been tormented enough by this, and now we're going to exploit it even more. But now as I'm watching it, I feel like I hope that they watch it and say, oh, like, the world is now understanding what happened with a sense of compassion and with a sense of empathy, because now, like I said, you see how it took its toll on them and how it affected particularly Pam. Um, and this is where I'm going with this story, is that maybe it's just my perception from what I've been watching. I forget what episode I'm on. I don't remember what just aired. It's probably like 5, maybe episode 5. I don't remember. But my perception is that basically Pamela Anderson is being punished for Tommy Lee's ego and narcissism. um, he was horrible to this guy. What was his name? Anyway, if you watch the show, you'll know the name. The contractor. He was horrible to this guy. He kept changing his mind, and the guy's trying to work with him, and he just keeps, his ego takes over, and he doesn't like that they're questioning him about the money because, when you change your mind when work is being done on a home, it costs the people that are doing the work money. And they need that money up front. Like, honestly, it was all very, like, obviously they just need to cover, like, they don't mind doing the work. It's a pain in the butt, but they don't mind doing it. But you got to cover the expenses, because now instead of them working and getting a paycheck, they're hemorrhaging money. So he's asking Tommy Lee, like, listen, like, I can't do any more work until you pay us for what we've done. And Tommy Lee gets upset and pissed, and his ego takes over, and he fires them. And not only does he fire them, so now, like, he's fired them. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe he paid them for what they've done. And he ends up keeping the guy's tools. Like, the guy tries to come back and get his tools back, and Tommy Lee meets him at the door with a shotgun. So, which I hope I'm saying, I think it was a shotgun. I don't know. Anyway, a gun. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Somebody pulls a gun on you when you're just trying to get your property. That sucks. So am I saying what this guy did is right? No. But am I saying I can understand how it happened? I mean, yeah. So in the sense of like, well, you know, like now I'm screwed. Like he's at home with his bills getting like, you know, his electricity and cable and all that getting shut off. So he makes the decision to be Karma. And by the way, guys, I'm sorry, I never said spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert. But at the same time, this is a true story, so you might already know anyway. So like, whatever, get over it. But anyway, so he decides to be Karma, and he breaks into, I believe it's the garage, and steals their safe to get, and basically to reimburse himself for all, like, I mean, that's a lot of money lost. Like, that's his livelihood. So in the process of stealing the safe, while he's going through everything, he ends up finding the sex tape. And the rest is kind of history. So now where am I going with this? My point is that this wasn't released just because it was exciting and, oh, wow, like somebody got their hands on it and, oh, yeah, let's just release this because it's hot. No, this was done as a revenge act and a justice act to get compensated for something. So this all happened because Tommy Lee, pardon my language, was a dick. His actions towards the contractor led to all of this. And from what I'm seeing, and again, I am only watching the show just like all of you. If you are watching it, Pamela Anderson is basically just an innocent bystander. And the worst part of it is that here she is trying to, while she wants to still be a sex symbol because, you know, women can do that. Women can be a sex symbol and be taken seriously. Like, it's okay to be both. And I think that's part of what she's saying in one of the interviews that she has with, I think her PR rep, that she wants to be able to be everything. Like, you know, like she uses Jane Fonda as an example. But she's trying to break out to more serious roles. She wants to do more monologues, less breast shots and things. And here now, instead of being taken more seriously, she's being taken more as a sex object, and it completely spirals, and it shows how it affects her. And like, she was pregnant at the time, and I believe we just saw, again, if you're watching, spoiler alert, like she miscarried from all the stress, no doubt. So it just shows how it really affected her life. And again, from my perception, she was basically an innocent bystander and a byproduct of this argument between two men. So if you will, she's paying Tommy Lee's karmic debt, right? And now I'm going to get to my point. So my point is, and some people, this is not going to be a popular topic with a lot of people. And listen, if this doesn't resonate with you, just take what does, leave the rest, and come back next week and we'll have another conversation, okay? Maybe you like that one better. But I think it's so important that men and women, both, okay, understand that when you have sex with someone, there is an energetic exchange. There is an exchange in the universe. There is an exchange overall. And I can personally speak to my experience that I have personally had to pay someone else's karmic debt because I made the mistake of laying next to the wrong person. And from my observation, that's what happened in this case. So I just want to talk and say, you know, like we just had Valentine's Day and it was a beautiful day of love. Pay attention to who you're lying next to. Pay attention to whether this person is truly a good person. Pay attention to whether you want to absorb this person's energy, this person's karma, this person's life force, because anytime you have sex with someone, there is an energetic exchange. It's not just a physical exchange. And that energetic exchange with the right person is beautiful and it's uplifting and it will improve your life. But if you start noticing that you're starting to spiral, crappy things start happening, and you feel good in the moment, but then like, wait a second, why is everything else so confusing and complicated where like before I met this person, my life wasn't like this? Take a long, hard look at your relationship, guys. Or your situationship, if you're in a situationship, like take a long, hard look at it and say, is this person truly energetically adding value to my life, or are they just draining me and sucking the life out of me? So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. If you haven't checked out this series, I highly recommend it. I think it is really interesting to see what happened. And like I said, for me, I'm now looking at it with a new set of eyes, with eyes of compassion and empathy, and seeing how, wow, like breaking someone's privacy really does affect their life in more ways than you think. And I understand that celebrities do, get paid for this in a sense. Oh, what's happening? Is my phone doing something? My phone did something. Sorry, guys. I understand that celebrities do get paid so much and that this is part of, the job, is that unfortunately paparazzi come with it and all of these things. But this wasn't a case of paparazzi. And even still, like, they're people and mental health is real. And these things do affect them. So like I said, it was just really interesting to watch it. And then my mind spiraled into how, yes, being in a relationship with the wrong person can really affect your life, and it can affect your soul and your spirit and your joy. And who wants that? Who has time and energy for that? So guys, like, be conscious when picking the person that you want to lay down next to. Be conscious. Is this the person that you truly see being the father or mother to your child one day? Because that can be a side effect of what happens, right? Is this the person that you see long term when you're 80 years old, holding hands, walking down the grocery store or in the beach? You got to think long term. You got to think, if that's what you want, maybe you don't care about that. Maybe right now you just want to fling with this person. Even still, if you notice that their energy is bringing you down, maybe you go have a fling elsewhere. That's all I'm saying, guys. Remember that there is an energetic exchange, and is that person worth it? So again, no judgment. This is all from a place of love. If this served you, I'm so glad. If it didn't, cool, no problem. We'll talk next week. But I do hope that someone enjoyed this. And if you're not watching it, I recommend it. But Tommy and Pam on Hulu, I'm really getting an eye-opening from it. So that's all I have for today. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Guys, please, please, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, like this video, comment below, and share it with someone that you know and love. I think this weekend is supposed to be beautiful in the tri-state area, so get outside and enjoy it. Have a great one, guys. Bye.